Hi, welcome once again. This is the part 5 video of my discussion about data and process modeling. But in this video, I will now focus on the actual developing of the data flow diagram. So I will be using the worksheets of chapter 3 part 2. Okay, we will answer the activity 32 pages 6 to 8. So let me review first how the procedures, how to draw the FD. So don't forget, okay, with a given scenario, you must first read and understand carefully. Then only you can be able to identify properly the external entity, the process, the data flow, and the data stores. Okay? If you will not be able to identify these things, these elements properly, then expect that there may be wrong or something wrong will be found in your level 0. Then after drawing the level 0, you will draw the level 2, level 1, and then we will have the level 2 if there is a need. But in this scenario, we will try to make level 2 so that you will see how it would be done. So let me begin. So the scenario states that, okay, construct a data flow diagram, level 0, level 1, and level 2 of the given class assignment system below. So the name of the system is class assignment system. Take note of that, okay? So first, the teacher gives the assignment details and releases the assignment to the students. Student answers the assignment with answer details saved in the notebook temporarily. After, the student prepares the answered assignment paper and submits it to the teacher. The teacher checks the submitted paper and gives mark on each and updates it in class record. And finally, gives the mark assignment to the student. So this simple scenario just gave us an idea how the teacher gave an assignment to the students, and the student answers the assignment and submit it to the teacher, and finally the teacher marks the submitted assignment. So the first thing that we have to do now after, or the second thing that you have to do now, if we already understood the scenario, but if not, you have to repeat reading the scenario again and again. But once you have able to understand what the scenario is all about, then you are now ready to identify where is the external entity, where is the process, where is the data flow, and where is the data flow and data store. So let's begin. So first, okay, the teacher. Okay, teacher is the one who give. So take note, an external entity is the one who give or the one who receive. So teacher is our external entity 1. The teacher gives. Now, what is give, class? Give is actually one of the keywords that I assigned, okay, for you to determine that that is a data flow, that it pertains only a direction and not a process. Okay, so it means the direction where the data will go, okay, or what is the incoming data flow or the outgoing data flow, so through this keyword. So aside from give, once you read, enter, save, submit, update, tell, inform, get, receive, to, from, that is representing actually class a flow. So you can represent it, put in mind that it is an arrow. It is giving you a hint that that is a direction. So please take note, okay? So give here, I said it as a direction. It's a flow where the data will go. So the teacher gives. So gives what? The teacher gives what? Assignment details. So assignment details now, this is the name of our data. So given by the teacher, which is our entity 1. And releases. So this is action. So releases the assignment. So releases the assignment. Okay, this is now our process 1. To the student. So to the, that is a direction telling that this assignment will be given or released to the student. So student now receives this data flow. So entity, external entity 2. So the student, who is our external entity 2, answers. So it is a verb. So that is process number 2. So take note, a process must have at least, okay, the verb, adjective, and noun as much as possible. Answers the assignment with the answer details. So answer details now is our data flow, which is saved. So saved where? In the notebook. So notebook now is our data store 1. Okay? Temporarily. After, the student, the entity 2, prepares. So this is an action. So prepares is our process number 3, because we already have process 2 here. Prepares what? Okay, prepares the answered assignment paper. So answered assignment paper is our data flow. And then submits it. So where it will be submitted? So telling a direction. Submits it to the teacher. Teacher is our entity 1. So the external entity 1, teacher, checks another action. So that is process. So this is now process 4. Checks the submitted paper and gives. So give is an action. No, it's not an action, but it's telling a direction. Gives mark on each and updates. Okay, so mark. Okay, what the teacher give? Mark. So data flow. And update. So where it is updated, setting a direction, it in the class record. Class record is our data store 2, since we have already here data store 1. And finally, gives. So another direction, gives the mark assignment. So the mark assignment is our data, which will be given to the student, to the entity, external entity 2. So we will use the click chart tool, okay, for us to develop the level 0, level 1, and level 2. So, by the way, if you don't have any, if you have not installed this yet, so just search this in Google, okay, click chart diagram flowchart software, install it. Then after you have installed it, try to open, and then just click create new. Okay, after which just click blank. Okay, then click OK. And then just locate, okay, the drop down. Okay, what diagram you are going to make, ARD, DFD, and so on. So we will do DFD, so we will choose data flow diagram, and the symbols are now present. Okay, so let's begin making the level 0 first. Remember, in level 0, there is only one process. So we have to put the process symbol, okay, and then we will put, okay, the number 0, okay. Then, after which, okay, if you have now 0, you can increase the size here. Okay, 18 or more if you like, 20, so that it would become visible. Okay, and then you have to put here, since this is level 0, we have to put the name of the system. The name of the system is class assignment system. Okay, so I have now the main process labeled 0 with the name of the system, class assignment system. The next thing now is to put all our external entities. So we have 2 external entities. Okay, we have the teacher and the student. So the external entities can be put anywhere as long as it surrounds the process. So you can use 2 possible symbols, the square and the double square. But since I am using the gain and sarson symbol for the process, so I will be using also the corresponding symbol for the external entity with gain and sarson symbol. So this is how we put, just drag and drop. Okay, you can put it here anywhere you want. Okay, so I have now the 2 external entities. I put here the teacher and the student. The last thing that we have to put now in our level 0 is the data flow, since there will be no data store in our level 0. So what you will do, class, is to go to each of the DF, and then you are going to identify if that DF is an input or it is being transformed into an output. So if it is transformed into an output, then you have to reflect it here in your DF, in your level 0 as an output. okay, because we could not repeat here the DF. Okay, let's start with this first DF, assignment detail. The teacher gives the assignment detail, so it is obvious that it is an input coming from the teacher. But this assignment details is released to the student. So at first, it is an input, but it was later on released to the student. So what we will do here is that this assignment detail is displayed as an output now. It is a data flow given to the student. So since we could not connect an external entity to external entity, so in level 0, all must be connected, processed to the external entity. So I will put here, that's why I have here an arrow showing output from the system. So I'll just need to put here the text, okay? Then I will put now here the assignment details. Okay, so the next DF class is the answer details. If you read the statement, student answers the assignment with answer details saved in the notebook. So it means that the student has these answer details and it is saved in the notebook. Since there is no data store in level 0, it is understood that this data store is internal to the system. So that's why these answer details will become an input from the student to the system. So as you see here, class, I used the arrow, okay, but the arrowhead is now pointing to the system. So this is an incoming flow going to the process from the external entity student. So what is it? The answer details. Okay, so the next DF that we have here is the answered assignment paper. So it is the student who prepares the answered assignment paper, but this answered assignment paper is submitted to the teacher. So from the student, it is submitted to the teacher. So this answered assignment paper is submitted to the teacher. So it is an output. Okay, so from the system, okay, output to the teacher. So this answered assignment. Okay, so as you see here, answered assignment paper is submitted to the teacher. Then the teacher checks the submitted paper and gives mark. Who gives the mark? The teacher. And then the mark is updated in the class record. The class record is in the system. So the teacher gives the mark. Okay, so the teacher gives input, the mark, to the system. So I put now here class mark as input from the teacher. Okay, because it says here, teacher checks the submitted paper and gives mark and updates it in the class record. The class record is in the system, internal to the system. And finally, gives the mark assignment to the student. So give the mark this data to the student. So mark assignment, this data, is an output to the student. Okay, so I put now here class, another output given to the student is the mark assignment. So no need to create another arrow because you can use a single arrow as long as there is a space. You can put comma if it is beside each other. So, or just like this one. Okay, so that's it. You have now the level 0 or the context diagram. One big process. We put all the external entities and all the required inputs, okay, from each external entities and the outputs produced by the system that is given to each external entity. But take note, class, not necessarily that all external entities have input and output. Some of the external entities will only have incoming data flows to the system, or they can have possibly only have an outgoing data flow from the system to the external entity. So here it depends on the given scenario. So for this particular example, we have now created a level 0 diagram, okay, or the context diagram. Okay, so this is now the complete context diagram of this class assignment system. So in our next video, I will be showing the continuation. We will draw the level 1 and the level 2. So for now, okay, this video part 5 okay, ends with this level 0.